Hey everybody, Greg Hiltz here. Today I'm going to show you guys a simple stretching routine that you can do. It'll take about 15 minutes of your time. And let's be honest, if you're looking to get your foot above your head while you're kicking, or if you're looking to just simply increase your flexibility or your mobility, this is something you should be doing on a regular basis. All right, so the first stretch in the routine that I do on a very regular basis is sitting half-lotus. So I'm sitting on the floor right now. We're going to put one leg on top of the other, right, if you can. Right? If you can't, it's okay to cross your legs, but ideally we want to get one right on top of the other. And from here, all we're going to do is we're going to lean forward, hinging at the hips, bring your chest down to the ground. So all of these stretches we want to be holding from somewhere between 30 and 50 seconds. All right, once we've had enough of that one, we're going to sit back up, switch your feet around. We're going to do the same thing. So sitting half-lotus, if you can, one leg on top of the other. If you can, it's totally okay just to cross your legs, but still switch your feet. Hinging at your hips, bring your chest down to the ground. All right, and relax. So the next stretch we're going to do is called the butterfly. So you're going to put the bottoms of your feet together, pull them into your groin as close as you can. And then from here, either grabbing onto your ankles or onto your feet, I want you to clamp down, use your elbows, try to push your legs down flat as best as you can. If you can get them flat, there's one more step. I want you to hinge at the hips, bring your chest to the ground again. Right? And with all of our stretches, again, hold it for 30 to 50 seconds. And relax. Up next, we have a one-legged hamstring stretch. So stretch one leg out in front of you preferably. Our other foot we're going to put in beside. Don't tuck it underneath. Put it in beside your leg. Now we're going to reach for that foot. What I don't want you to do is to reach with the same side hand. My right leg is out. I don't want to reach with my right hand because we tend to cheat. Instead of leaning over so much, what we tend to do is twist around. So when you're grabbing for that foot, use your opposite hand. And then if you can, try to chew onto your kneecap. So once we've done the one side, we got to do the other. Our seated hamstring stretch. We straighten one leg out in front of us, tuck your other foot in up to your leg, reach for your toes, if you have them, with your opposite hand, and then try to chew on your kneecap. Keep that leg straight. and relax. After we finished our seated hamstring stretch, what I'm going to get you to do is keep that one leg out in front, take your other foot, I want you to plant it on the floor on the opposite side, right? Now, take your opposite elbow if that's not confusing, bring it in behind that leg, crank your knee over first, twist, look behind. So now that we're switching our legs, other leg goes out straight. Take your other foot, plant it on the floor on the other side. Elbow up against your knee. Drive your knee across your body. Twist, look behind and hold. And relax. Up next, we have our flying side kick stretch. So take that foot, throw it out to the side. Now, our leg that's straight out to the side, we want to try to keep your toes pointing up. Our other leg, we got to watch your shin. We want to keep this shin parallel with that leg that's straight. And you want to drive that knee out as far as you can. Little readjustment. Now from here, bending at my hips, I want to lean over my foot, try to get my nose to touch the floor. All right, once we've done the one side with a flying side kick stretch, now it's time to do the other. Straighten your leg out to the side, toes up on that straight leg. Your front shin, we want it to stay parallel with the leg that's straight. So adjust it and drive that knee out as far as you can. All right, from here, bring your chest down to the ground, leaning over your foot. So up next, we have our pigeon stretch. So an important point here, to try to get this shin to be running parallel with the line of my shoulders, you need to make sure that your knee is on the outside of your hip. You will never get this shin parallel if your leg's out in front. Oh. So, I have one leg in behind that's shooting out straight. My other leg is in front. Make sure you try to keep your shin parallel, leg is straight. We're trying to drive our hips down to the ground, right? Remove the space between your junk and the floor. And hold. All right, other side. So now this leg's gonna be my front leg, this leg's gonna be my back leg. I'm gonna get up here. My back leg is straight, my front knee is bent. I'm keeping my knee outside of my hips and shoulders. Try to get that chin running parallel with your shoulders, then eliminate the space between your junk and the ground. Hold. All right, so for our next stretch, we're gonna do a straddle or side splits. All right, so get your feet nice and wide. And then from here, put one hand in behind, one hand in front. What we're gonna do is try to keep our feet pushing outwards, and we're gonna drag our hips forwards to get our legs further apart. All right, once you've gone pretty much as far as you can go, right, our first stretch here that we're gonna do is lean forward. We're gonna try to bring your chest down to the ground. Right, so to start off, if you can, just put your hands in front of you. That's enough, right? If you can go further, try to get those elbows down. And then, of course, ideally, if you can go beep, beep, and get your nose to the ground, that's where you want to chill. And we're going to hold this somewhere again between 30 and 50 seconds. All right, now that we've done that, we don't want to shift just yet, because now what we're going to do next is we're going to reach over for our foot. Now with just one hand, but with both hands. Try to bring your ear down to your knee. All right, let's do the other side. All right, so keep your hips where they are. Reach for your foot. One hand, two hands. Try to bring your ear down to your knee. And relax. Now we're done with our straddle, so slowly bring your legs in together. Right, give them a little bit of bounce. Bring them in, give them a hug, try to straighten out your back. So our next stretch is the Cossack squat. So I'm gonna stand on up here. Now, I gotta do this on two sides. One leg is gonna be my bendy leg. Our other leg is gonna be our straight leg. So for our bendy leg, we don't want our toes pointing forward. We don't want them pointing off to the side. We want them in between the two. The important thing to note here is that you want your knee to be bending over your toes. If your knee is bending over and it's not over your toes, it's going to cause problems down the road. So that's my bendy leg. My other leg, my straight leg, I'm going to keep my toes pointing to the ceiling the whole time. The idea here is to try to squat down and get your bum as low as you can. If you can't go this low, that's totally okay. The important part is only go as low as you can while keeping that heel flat. If you're up this way, you're going way too low, way too fast. Just bring yourself up. It's a little bit harder to hold yourself up the whole time, but it will get there. Heel down as low as you can go. And then again, we hold it for somewhere between 30 and 50 seconds. And then we'll switch to the other side and hold.